that would be why. Welcome everyone to today's Grand Prix. Today we are going around Australia. Short qualifying, 29 lap race distance, which is half race distance, and this is the first round of season 8 in the Rising Phoenix Racing League. So in the Mercedes we have got Jay, we've got Sacred, we've got Giorgio, so we've got Leo, we've got Keto, we've got Bazooka Joe, we've got Marcel, we've got Triller Gorilla, Mobarak, Kerwin Rob, we've got Saro, and that is the grid. And in the Haas we've got Norwich Fan, which would be a good race. So here we are in Australia, ready for today's race. So put down in the chat below what your predictions are for the race here today. So we've got Sacred, who has actually now hopped back into the Haas. So this today will be an interesting race. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Hopefully everyone enjoys today's race. Comment down below your predictions. Comment where you think everyone's going to finish, who you think is going to win, how many safety cars there will be. Comment down below. This year in the Rising Phoenix Racing League, there is a brand new point system. There's a brand new point system. So the custom point system for season 8 of the Rising Phoenix League is, so first gets 25 points, second gets 20 points, third gets 18 points, fourth gets 15 points, fifth gets 12 points, sixth gets 10 points, seventh gets 9 points, eighth gets 8 points, ninth gets 7 points, 10th gets 6 points, 11th gets 5 points, 12th gets 4 points, 13th gets 3 points, 14th gets 2 points, and 15th gets 1 point. And the fastest lap, it will gain you 1 point to whoever gets it. So that is the rules and the custom custom point system for this season. At the moment, we have got Bazooka Joe, Mobarak, Keto, Marcel, Leo, Jay, Triller Gorilla, Saro, Rob, Josh, and Sacred, and me, obviously spectator. So at the moment there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people racing. There you go, there's all their cars. There's everyone in the cars. Let's go. Put down in the chat what we think. Put down in the chat what we think. Hold on a second. Jeremy G puts in the chat, come on Mobarak 1010. So here we go for short qualifying in Australia. Who is going to be the person to get pole position here in today's race? It's quite difficult to be positioned in Australia, but let's see what happens. It's difficult to not invalidate, so you need to try and just sneak off the curbs as much as possible. Welcome in everyone to the live stream. Put down in the chat below, if you haven't heard it already, what your predictions are going to be. So, 7 seconds till short qualifying starts. Here we go. Righto. So, everyone is in the pits at the moment. Everyone's at the pits at the moment. Okay. So I think people are putting on some setups. Someone has just headed out. It's a Ferrari of Mobarak 1010 here today. He's going out trying to qualify on the medium tyre. As you can see, that curb this year is a lot sharper. So this will be an interesting qualifying and an interesting race here. At the moment, Mubarak is the only person who is out on the track. Still on his out lap. Coming out on mediums. Everyone else at the moment is on the softs, but they are still all in the pit lane. 16 minutes left, 16 and a half minutes left in this session. Looks like we are going to be going on board with Mubarak 1010 for the first lap, hot lap of this session. So coming through the last few corners on his out lap. Trying to warm up those tyres as much as possible. Gonna go on board through the second last corner. Coming through, trying to take the best line through that last corner. So, on board. Starting his fast lap. He comes through T1. Takes a decent exit. Pretty decent line through there as well. But activates the DRS as soon as possible. Norwich fan and Leo coming out now. Takes a decent entry through that corner. He comes through this corner, looking to go flat out through here, but might have to lift off a little bit. Doesn't lift off at all, just keeps his foot pinned. Coming through this corner, brake straight, brake hard, tapping the throttle through that corner. Now full throttle here. Comes through this slight kink, braking really hard to avoid things jumping on the curb. Pretty decent entry and exit through there. Through these next corners. Coming through this touch chicane, easy to invalidate. Yellow flag in sector 1. That's Sacred, who is out of this session. I wonder what's happened, but we're gonna have to stay on board with Mubarak. So far looking pretty decent, as long as something magical doesn't happen through this. Yellow flag, sector 1 and sector 2. Coming through this lap, Mubarak activates DRS. This looks like a pretty decent lap, but I think it could improve. It's a 1:24.0 at the moment, so he is on his fast lap. Norwich fan coming through. He's looking to begin his lap. Gonna go on board with Uwat Baboon J for this next lap. He's obviously invalidated, but it's his out lap, so it doesn't matter. Norwich fan begins their lap. Oh, that was pretty close to an invalidation, but does well to just keep it in between the lines. So we're going on board with Jay here, trying to qualify on the mediums, taking a lot of curve through there, trying to, oh no, oh no, oh no. Jay has spun off in his fast lap. We now go on board with Norwich fan, who's also out. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I have a feeling he spun at the end of turn 6. Wow, so we've got Jay who's got damage. Norwich fan who's binned it. And it's CPL Marcel out on their out lap. We've got 3 drivers out already in this qualifying session. Yellow flag sector 3. Who's that for? So Marcel begins their lap now. Taking a lot of curb through there, trying not to invalidate, not getting on the power too early. Just making sure. Mobarak with a 1:22.2 with a quick lap in the Ferrari, doing quite well. There, only person to set a lap time at the moment. CPL, Marcel, almost having a little bit of a moment out of that corner, looking not to do what Norwich Run did. Marcel taking a decent amount of curbing through that corner. They're also trying to qualify on the mediums, taking a good amount of curb through there. Coming on board with them now. Nice amount of curb, having a little bit of a moment there, so it's hesitant to put down a lot of the power. Braking as hard as possible, a little bit on the throttle, has a little bit of a moment with a tiny amount of oversteer through that corner. Dealing with it well though, looking pretty quick in this lap. So we're going to now go on board and see whether he can beat Mobarak's time and go on provisional pole. Answer is yes, they can. Almost a second clear of Mobarak. That's a 1:21.3. That's a really confident and good lap from Marcel. So who's anyone on a lap? So I've got Saro on their out lap. I've got Rob who's just gone. We've got Keto on their hot lap now. Not taking as much curb as we've seen other drivers do through there. Is Jay on a lap? Jay has got front wing damage. Keto coming through on their lap. Breaking through this corner. Really good entry and exit through there. They're looking really fast. Are they any quicker than what we've seen previously? They're very much looking it really fast through there. Can they go on provisional pole with 11 minutes remaining in this session? Coming through, they bear in mind they are on the softs. They can go on pole position just by 7.4 millisecond. I don't know if it's milliseconds, but 7.4 hundredths of a second. So at the moment we have got Bazooka Joe in the pits, Triller Gorilla no time, Jay in the pit on their lap now. Pretty good entry and exit through there, bearing in mind they're also on the soft tyre. Can we see them go faster than Keto and put it on provisional pole? Coming through there. Having to have a little lift off in that corner. Could that have cost them a little bit of time? Braking as late as possible. Not getting as much curb as we've seen other drivers use. Quite a good exit coming through these final few corners. Taking their time. Number 25 coming down the straight. Sarah opening the DRS. Are they going to go faster than what we've seen previously? No, they're not. They're going to go P3. 2.5 tenths behind Keto. At the moment, Keto is still on provisional pole, but it looks like Marcel is going to be coming back out on the softs. Mobarak coming back out on the softs. Jay coming back out on the softs. Everyone at the moment is looking like they're coming back out on the soft tyre. Jay needing to be careful not to do too much and outbrake themselves. Hello, Voke. Hello. So, at the moment, Jay is on their out lap. Marcel on their out lap. Mubarak on their out lap. Got 3 retirements so far. Bazooka Joe still in their garage. Jay now coming through these final selection of corners. So, CPL Marcel on their lap. Mubarak on his lap. He's 1:22.2. Well, that was his fastest lap. Jay now coming through on the straight. So we want to see him replicate what he did in time trial earlier with a great hot lap. Hopefully not spinning it too much, trying to take the shortest corner. Someone has binned it in sector 2. Want to see who that is. Jay having a pretty nice lap so far. Trying to take it a little bit easy through some of these corners though. A lot of curb through there, probably trying to minimalise time. That's the most curb we've seen a driver take through there. Whereabouts is Jay going to brake? He brakes late. He's invalidated on this lap after going too wide through that chicane, that little chicane there. That's unlucky for Jay. He's going to need to lift off and try and regain some of his ERS and not... oh, that was a little bit of a moment, almost spinning off there. I think Mubarak is on a lap, so we're going to go on board with him. He's obviously had an off, so that is an invalidation. Plus, they're going to have to go again, so they will be starting on a worn set of softs if anything happens. 7 minutes left in this qualifying session to determine who will be on pole for the first round in Season 8 of the Rising Phoenix Racing League. Mubarak coming through that sector, having a little bit of a moment, but they are 7 tenths up on what they've done previously. Purple sector for the first sector, in the first sector for Mubarak. Jay invalidates on this lap as well. That's unlucky for Jay at the moment in last position. Mubarak, how fast are they going to be through this sector? Purple sector again, almost a 1 second up on their previous time, but has invalidated through that corner. That is very unlucky, as they were looking pretty quick through there today. So it looks like we're going to be seeing most drivers coming to the pit. Yellow flag, sector 3. What's happened there? I have a feeling that was Mubarak. Maybe they've got a little bit of front wing damage. Yes, they do. So what are we thinking so far? Put it in the chat. Yellow flag sector 3 again. What's happening here? Green flag again. I think it was Jay. Mubarak going again. So they're going to be on very worn tyres, but they have got enough ERS. Let's have a look at their tyres. Well, we can't. Taking a nice little exit, trying to take the shortest line possible. That's probably not it, but it's enabling them to create the most speed through that corner. Coming through, trying to brake as late as possible. Getting a little bit of curb, but not too much to spin the car round. Keeping control of the car well here. Taking a bit of the outside curb, cutting through, flat out through that corner. Are they going to be purple? They are not. They are 6 tenths up. This is probably due to the immense amount of tyre wear on those tyres. Are we going to be seeing a 2-stop strategy around this? Keto at the moment still on pole, but as it stands, it looks like Mubarak is improving very quickly here. Are we going to see a purple sector? Are we going to see a purple sector? We aren't. They're 1 second up though. Someone else has to have gone quicker. It's Marcel with a 1:20.1. That is 1 second up on what Keto has done. Surely it looks like Marcel will be taking pole position here at Australia in the Phoenix Racing League. Mubarak coming through. Not invalidating, so this will definitely count. This could move them up a few positions, maybe up to P2, but if they've improved by 2 seconds, it's taken them up to P2, but they are 4 tenths of what Marcel has done. That's a superb lap from the Aston Martin driver. At the moment, everyone is through the pits, but Jay is on his outlap, hopefully trying to improve from this poor P11 position. Saro also on their outlap. So we're going to go on board with Jay for his outlap here. So we've got Mubarak in P2. Marcel at the moment 4 tenths up on Mubarak in P1. Looking good for pole position, but we could see Jay go faster. What do we think in the chat? Put it down. We could see Jay go faster. Saro also on their outlap. Jay on their out lap. Making sure to just try and conserve the tyres. Save enough ERS, save enough fuel for a quick lap, but you have enough time to finish the lap. Let's have a look. So tyres. Oh, fresh pair of tyres. There's a yellow flag. Is that Saro? Saro's got no front wing. They've obviously binned it. Uh-oh. Saro looks to just be locked in fair bit here. Saro obviously going to have to dump it into the pits. But Jay coming through now to begin their hot lap. I'm going to run on board with Jay. Coming through the first section of corners, taking a lot of curve through there. Yellow flag sector 3. That is Saro, I think. I don't know what's happened there, but at the moment we've got Sacred, Leo and Norwich Fan out of this session. So if they can't improve, if these people can't improve, Trella Gorilla, Berserker Joe and Jay, they can't improve, this could be dangerous. But Jay not going purple in the first sector, but has a 26.2, probably being conservative after what has happened. Keto coming back out for their third maybe attempt at this. Jay looking pretty fast. Nothing wrong with this lap majorly as yet. Goes purple through that corners. Are we going to see them invalidate? We're not. But they have a little bit of a moment. That's going to cost them a lot of time through these corners and through this lap. That's probably cost them about 3 or 4 tenths. Is that going to cost them the pole position here? And have a look at the end of this lap. Coming through these final set of corners. Coming through the last corner. Trying to keep it pinned. But not too fast. It hits the wall. Jay. What time is Jay going to set? Sets a 120.4, which is 2 tenths off of what? Oh no! Jay is gone! Absolutely obliterated, and Jay is out of this session. Looking for P2, but looking for P1, but can't improve. At the moment, as it stands, Marcel is taking pole position here. That's a big crash for Jay. But as it stands, Marcel is taking pole position. Jay might be happy with P2, but we're not sure. Everyone on their out lap now, just trying to warm up. We're going to go on board with Marcel, but Keto's on their fastest lap, but they're not going to improve after that first corner, but they could. That's probably cost them a lot of time though. Marcel is coming through. Yellow flag sector 2. That's Saro. Has Saro got damage? I'm not sure, but we're going to go on board with Marcel through these set of corners. Looking pretty quick through that first bit. Yellow flag sector 2. I have a feeling that's Saro. I'm not sure though. Marcel, who is 2 tenths up on what's happened. Saro is out of this session. So at the moment we've got 5 drivers who have retired from qualifying, which is not looking good for the race, but we never know. Marcel goes even quicker than they did. 0.04 of a second up on what their pole time at the moment is. Yellow flag sector 3. Who is that? Oh, what happened there? That was a little bit of a glitch. Marcel having a little bit of a moment off the outskirts of that corner. Coming through the chicane, which is really easy to spin or invalidate. Let's have a look at how they do. Not keeping it pinned, having a little lift, but that's probably going to gain them more time than losing. So Marcel going even quicker than what they did on their first lap through the first sector. I'm not sure about the second. Coming through here. Looking pretty quick. Looking quick. Very quick. Nothing wrong with this lap such far. Coming through the final corners. Keto staying P4. Marcel improves even more, going with a 120 flat. Mobarak, can they improve? They're 1.5 tenths up on what they've done, so they are, as it stands, looking to not be improving. Mobarak should be happy with P3. That's going to cost them a lot of time, not invalidation, but that's going to cost them a lot of time. They might just leave their lap, settle for P2 here. They've invalidated. Person behind is Berserker Joe. They go there. That was a pretty okay set of laps. Josh says let's go. Yep, I wonder what happened there in qualifying for you, mate. So, grid order is Marcel in P1, JP2, P4, Saro P5, Bazooka Joe P6, George Leo P7, Sacred P8, Rob P9, Norwich Fan P10, and Triller Gorilla is in P11. So, let's get going for the race here in Australia. 29 lap race. This is going to be a long one, but it's going to be a very entertaining race. So, let's get ready on the grid for today. So this will be an interesting race. Norwich Fan has a lot of work to do if they want to become P1. But as it stands, Marcel is looking really quick, but they are going to be starting the race on some slight... I don't think so actually, Leo, because they set their quickest time. But Mobarak will be starting their race on some relatively quick tyres. It looks a bit overcast. It looks a bit overcast. Are we going to see some rain in today's race? That would spice it up a lot. That would make interesting strategies here. That would definitely spice it up. So, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and 1 second. The race should be beginning. One light. Formation lap. So, let's go. Everyone lining and taking their positions, weaving around on the circuit. So, Marcel P1, J P2, Mobrak P3, Keto P4, Sari P5. Rob overtaking Jay. Mate, it's the formation lap, mate. What you doing? Acting like it's the race. I know he's probably not. Norwich Fan. Triller Gorilla has left the session. I don't know whether that's a technical issue, but they have left the session. Sacred slowing them right down here. Miles behind the rest of the grid. Rob trying to warm up the tyres. Wall riding a little bit. Is that to be quicker, warming up the tyres? Obviously not getting front wing damage. In the probably going to see a few time penalties. Surely this is oh! Surely this is just gonna make his tyres get colder. Rob's left the session. And these Triller Gorilla and Rob have left the session here. So Rob almost lining up on the grid for nothing. Sacred going a little bit wide. What's happening to Sacred? Something's obviously happened there. Triller Gorilla obviously leaving the session. So, everyone lining up on the grid. CPL Marcel's tyres might be getting a little bit cold at the moment. They've been there for a while. Definitely going to be a little bit colder. Can we see Jay get a fantastic start? So, lining up on the grid for the 5 lights. 5 lights are ready. 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, 5 light. It's lights out and away we go for the race here in Australia. And Marcel gets a pretty decent start, but Jay's got an even better one. Norwich Fan going straight to the bottom. Oh my gosh, that's pretty close. Has she got damage? What is happening? Yellow flag through sector 1. This is all helping Mobarak. As Mobarak up into P2, Jay all sort of squeezing Mobarak out. Has Jay got damage? Has Mobarak got damage? That was very aggressive from Marcel at the beginning of the race. Squeezing Jay out, but Jay's just not having it, trying to keep it pinned. Everything's happening here. What is happening to Norwich Fan? Norwich fan not having a good start. JP2. That's got to be a warning. Yellow, blue flags. George Leo starting on the mediums. We're going to see a one-stop strategy from him. Mubarak. Oh, Jay having a little bit of a moment. Is Mubarak going to overtake him? Don't think he's got that in him. But Marcel almost a second up. But has Jay got some damage? I don't think so. If they have, it's got to be very, very light. So, as it stands, Marcel leading the race. From Jay to Mubarak to Keto to Leo to Sorrow to Trilly Gorilla to Rob to Norwich fan. But Norwich fan dives it into the pit. They've got some damage. Sacred, P9 and Bazooka Joe, who's quite far behind the rest of the grid in P11. Rob obviously losing positions, but they've left. But they're going to try and overtake, even though they're not here. They're going to try and overtake Sacred, but it's not going to happen. They back out of that move. Joe up a position. Norwich fan is miles behind the rest of the grid. Surely their race is already ruined. Sacred obviously up. At the moment, this race is looking to be spiced up quite a lot. But it's pretty boring at the moment. Not much action going on. Apart from... Oh no! Jay's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That's not going to be very good for them. Let's have a look. 3-second penalty for multiple warnings already on lap 2 of this race. That's going to cost them some positions if they can't catch up. But there's still 27 laps of this race to go. Jay having a little bit of a moment. So the predicted pit stop strategy is a soft to hard or a soft medium 2-stop strategy. DRS enabled here on lap 3. Rob down another position, but Joe just keeping it. Norwich fan 2 minutes behind Bazooka Joe. 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That's not good for them. Yellow flag set to 2, that's Sacred. Sacred is out. What's happened here? Gonna go on board with Norwich fan. Norwich fan. Oh, VSC. VSC. We want to see what's happened. I think we almost saw it with Rob, but we want to see what's happened here. Has the car been removed? Can we see what's happened? Because Sacred is out of this race. Norwich fan with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Already on lap 3. Jay and Norwich fan. Sacred's car is gone. Which is not what we wanted, because we now can't see anything. So it's a 2-car to lead. Mubarak dives it into the pits. So that puts George Leo and Sarah up. DRS enabled, obviously. That's closed up the field a little bit. George Leo and Keto. This is going to be a good battle, but up top it's Jay trying to catch up to Marcel, but they've got a 3-second time penalty, so it's going to be difficult for them to gain time on Marcel. 10 drivers left, so everyone was guaranteed points, but they're guaranteed even more right now with this custom point system. So Marcel just trying to pull away from Jay. Yeah, just trying to pull away from Jay. Jay coming through these sectors. Marcel has been looking a bit slow. Jay having a little bit of a moment, almost spinning and leaving this race. Jay catching up a lot to Marcel. I'm not sure what the gaps are, as it's not telling me. All I know that Robert's just got past Chilla Gorilla. Chilla Gorilla getting back in front of Rob. Marcel pretty slow through those first two corners. George Leo has got him from... No, they haven't. Jay. Chilla Gorilla's dived it into the pits. Chilla Gorilla is out of this session. At least they've retired into the pits, but Chilla Gorilla is out. Jay is closing up on Marcel. This is going to be an interesting battle to the end of the race. 23 laps left, I think. Yeah, 23 laps left of this race. Chilla Gorilla out. Norwich fan getting past. Oh, yellow flag. What's happened? Is that Bazooka Joe? No, it's obviously Chilla Gorilla, but they are out of this race. That is the yellow flag reasoning. George Leo trying to close up to Saro. Saro having a little bit of a moment. This is allowing George Leo to close up on Saro. Are they going to send it? No, they're going to be sensible and wait until there's more option available. Did they have a little bit of a front wing damage? I felt a little bit of oversteer through that corner. Understeer through that corner. Same with this one. I have a feeling they're on controller. I can just tell. I don't know why. CPO Marcel has just pulled a gap of 1.267 seconds out on Jay, so that's interesting. Jay is out of the DRS. This is an interesting battle though. George Leo closing up to Saro. Saro is going to go defensive to the outside. Overact pitting again. George Leo had a chance there, but didn't quite capitalise on it. They're on the mediums though, so they have sort of got the advantage on Saro. But tyre wear doesn't really affect much in this game. Mobarak pitting again, obviously losing position to Norwich fan and Bazooka Joe in the pits. So Jay 1.6 seconds off of Marcel. Keto obviously pulling away from Saro and George Leo, but this has been an interesting battle. I have a feeling that George Leo is going to get Saro on the straight. Whether he gets a good exit or not, gonna have DRS and overtake mode enabled. Saro goes defensive to the inside, doesn't want to do more than one aggressive move. That's them trying to get back onto the racing line, moving twice on the straight, which isn't very good in my opinion. But George Leo is gonna have another chance. Are they gonna get them? Yellow flag in sector 3. That's Norwich fan. That's Norwich fan. What's happened to Norwich fan? Have they got damage? Yes, they have. But we're going to go on board with George Leo and Saro in this battle. Saro just about holding off George Leo again. Having a little bit of understeer there as George Leo. But Saro's also gone off. CPO Marcel is out of this race. CPO Marcel out of this race. They've binned it. That's unbelievable. That's going to shake everything up. It's a full safety car. They've binned it. That is going to shake everything up. That is unbelievable in this race. But Jay, who has a 6.6 second gap, is going to lose that. Also bearing in mind that they have a 3-second penalty. That's unlucky for Marcel as they will look to be running away with it. Jay's got to come into the pits. Surely that's the best strategy here. That's just gonna that's sort of ruin the battle between Saro and George Leo. Rob up into P5, but Jay, is he gonna dive it into the pits? Yes, he is. Is Keto gonna dive it into the pits? All the soft runners have a massive advantage now as they've got this safety car. Saro into the pits, George Leo into the pits. Is Rob going to come into the pits? I don't know. Is Joe going to come into the pits? I don't know. Is Norwich Fan going to come into the pits? I don't know. Is Mobarak going to come into the pits? I have no clue because they are so far behind these leaders. But this is just going to give all of them a chance to gain. And Saro has sort of gained on Keto, but that's because they haven't pitted. They chuck on a set of mediums. They get a gap on George Leo, who had a pretty poor stop there. That felt like a long stop. And it was a long stop. I don't know whether that was a front wing replacement. What happens with Rob? Rob stays out. Is Joe going to stay out? They've obviously just picked it for a fresh set. They stay out. Norwich fans comes into the pits. Mubarak, are they going to stay out or are they going to dive it in? They're going to stay out. They're on a practically fresh set of soft tyres. They've had a couple of stops, I think. So they've done one stop. Norwich fans done one stop. Mubarak's done 2 stops. So everyone has at least done a stop. Rob hasn't done a stop actually, but they're controlled by AI. Rob hasn't done a stop. So as it stands, with penalties, Keto will be winning this race unless something majestic happens to them, just like it happened to Marcel. And we're going to see only 5-second penalties. So we're going to go on board Keto with hard, so they look like they're going to be going to the end. I'm not sure about Jay. He might be doing a 2-stopper. Probably going to pit on around lap 17 for a fresh set of softs if they have any left. Keto obviously probably going to the end. Sarah on a set of mediums probably going to do a 2-stop. Rob on a set of mediums hasn't pitted yet though. George Leo on a set of hards looking to go to the end. Bazooka Joe's caught up to the field as he's giving everyone a good chance. Norwich fan might not be catching up to the field in time, but I have a feeling they definitely will. They've hit the wall a little bit. Is that front wing damage? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't think so. They've got to do a bit of a job to catch up the field here. Probably wasting a little bit of their tyre wear. Bazooka Joe goes into the pits. They're losing time. They've pitted twice now, I think, in this race. Yep, Joe getting overtaken. He might not catch up to the field in time after this pit stop, I don't think. Probably will, but you never know. So, Norwich fan. Hit. Jay leading this race underneath the safety car. 8 drivers still in this race. Rob has been overtaken by George Leo, who's now back in that battle with Sorrow. That was a very interesting battle just before the safety car. Mubarak, what's happened to them? They've obviously had something happen. So, safety car should be in this lap. All the debris has been cleared. No reason for the safety car to still be out. Are we going to see some spins? Are we going to see some accidents? Are we going to see another safety car cause? Safety car is in this lap. So Jay will be leading off of the restart. In P1, P2 Keto, P3 Sorrow, P3 George Leo, P5 Rob, P6 Mubarak, P7 Norwich fan, and P8 Joe. That's the grid order for this restart. Jay warming up those tyres. Warming up those tyres. When is Jay going to go? Is he going to take this all the way to the line? Or is he just going to go as soon as possible? We're going to have a fancy restart in this race. Jay leaves the grid on. He's still warming up the tyres. He's not going to go yet. Still warming up the tyres. Jay hasn't gone. Jay hasn't gone. He goes now. He goes now. Jay's gone. Any accidents? Any accidents so far? Sorrow looking to get the move done. No DRS. It's going to be a little bit of a train. Rob and Mubarak lose out to Norwich fan. Rob down to last. Norwich fan now down to last. Sorrow's going to look to make a move on Keto. He keeps it in there. Sorrow having a little bit of a dive bomb. And that's 2 of them. That's big damage for Sorrow. And that's probably a little bit of damage for Keto. I have a feeling that's got to be investigated. Sorrow now has no front wing. Keto's race has been a bit ruined there. And I don't think there was anything wrong with what Keto did. I'm not slagging Sorrow off, but I think he shouldn't have kept that in there and maybe backed out. Keto going down to P7, having lost a probably a little bit of their front wing. Saro's got no front wing. Keto straight lining it. Well, not. I have a feeling he got a little bit touchy through those corners. Oh, Saro's out of this race. Saro is out. No, Norwich fan is out of this race. Norwich fan hitting the walls. Donnarumma and Grosjean hitting the wall. Bazooka Joe's got no front wing. Saro's got no front wing. Keto's probably got a little bit of front wing damage, but Norwich fan is out, and there's another safety car in this race. Jay is probably going in his head. Oh my god, what the hell is going on? Because this race has just been shaken up. Saro sending it on Keto. Keto tried to squeeze Saro, but Saro not backing out of it. And Norwich fan binning it underneath the safety car. Norwich fan leaving the session. Mobrak diving it into the pits. Rob not diving it into the pits. Still out on those old mediums. Saro diving it into the pits. Keto diving it into the pits. Bazooka Joe diving it into the pits. Half of the grid is in the pits again for a new fresh set of tyres and new front wings. Bazooka Joe getting replaced to what's left of that front wing. What the hell has happened to Saro? I'm not sure what's happened there. I have a feeling that's a little bit of a glitch. Saro getting his front wing replaced. Now down into last. What on earth's happened there? Have they got to replace front wing? Have they got to replace front wing? Because on my screen it doesn't look like it. Has the game glitched out? The game's glitched out. I don't think Saro's got to replace wing. Has Saro got to replace wing? No, they haven't. The game's done a glitch. The game's glitched. The game has had a massive glitch, and this is not good for Saro's race. This has just ruined his race. The game's glitching has ruined his race here. Behind the safety car, I don't know whether it's in this lap, but that's just ruined Saro's race. A game-breaking glitch where his front wing has not been replaced. This is unbelievable. Here in Australia, it is unbelievable. Saro obviously trying to let go Keto, but can't because they are under safety car conditions. What is going to have to happen to Saro with no front wing and the game just having a game-breaking glitch? Saro going slow, so this is not allowing Keto and Bazooka Joe to catch up to the rest of the field, but they've almost got there. Saro's going to have to box for a new front wing. The safety car will be in next lap. Saro gonna have to box for a new front wing. Hopefully it actually replaces this time. Let's have a look and see. Just having to really slow it down in time. Is Saro gonna have this glitched? Oh my gosh, Saro's got the glitch again. This is game breaking. This is absolutely game breaking, and this has got to be heartbreaking for Saro. This has got to be really heartbreaking for Saro, as his front wing is not going to get replaced again. Surely he's just going to have to retire from the race. Their front wing's not going to get replaced again. They're going to be reset to track unless the majestic unglitch has happened. They've got no front wing again. So Saro, mate, I would just retire from the race, or do we have a restart? What do we think? We need to vote, because this is a game-breaking glitch. This has happened twice, and this is just going to ruin Saro's race. It's so unlucky for Saro, but that's just their race, completely ruined by a game-breaking glitch. But Rob up into P3, but obviously not pitting yet. So I might just want to keep trying to pit, because they're not going to want to lose points on the first round of this season 8 in this Phoenix Racing League. Yep. So in this Rising Phoenix League, Saro is not does not want to go and bin all his points. Oh, then George Leo hit Jay in the back. Is there a 5-second penalty? No, there is not. Safety car in this lap. So Jay is going to be getting the restart on and done with. Is there going to be a glitch? Is this literally just going to be a big glitch? Safety car boxing. When's Jay going to go? Jay's gone now. Jay's going now. No, he's not. He's gone now, though. This is not allowing George Leo. Oh, my God. Jay's got a little bit wide. Was he not paying attention? Saro back down into the pits again. Has he got the same glitch? Answer is... yes. Saro just retired from the race. It's not going to work. Jay, miles away from George Leo. George Leo braking very late. Rob dropping down positions. Keto dropping down positions. Joe up into fourth. Rob up into fourth, overtaking Joe. Keto overtaking Joe. But Jay has a 1 second gap, so needs to get that gap up to 3 seconds with a fair few laps remaining in this race. Oh yeah, oh god. Saro's out. Saro's definitely out. Yellow flag sector 1. Saro out of this race. Deciding that that glitch was just not it. Just not it. So unlucky. Looking to be engaged with a really good battle, but that's unlucky. But they might be under investigation for what happened with Keto, causing themselves to have this game breaking glitch. But that's so unfair. That's so unlucky. Keto overtaking Rob, but Jay 1.3 seconds away from Leo, George Leo. Mobarak closing up to George Leo, who's had a little bit of a moment on the exit of that corner. Going defensive is the driver in P2. Bazooka Joe into the pits again. Rob's still not having pitted yet. Oh, Mobarak having a little bit of a moment. Jay 1.8 seconds up on Leo, which is going to help. As long as there's not another safety car. There's only 6 drivers at the moment who are finishing this race. As it stands, Jay will still be getting the podium position with their 3 second time penalty unless they retire or unless another safety car happens. There's been 2 safety cars already. This race has been fairly interesting, but I feel so bad for Saro. I feel really bad for Saro, but there's nothing he can do about this game breaking glitch. Race ending glitch, so I'd say. Oh, Jay having a little bit of a moment, lifting off through that corner. So George Leo P2 still 2.5 seconds off of Jay. And Mobarak closing up to George Leo. Can Mobarak overtake George Leo? But would that reduce Jay's gap? Make Jay's gap bigger. Mobarak is going to have DRS on this next straight. They're not going to have DRS, obviously, because the detection zone was further back. So George Leo 2.8 seconds off of Jay, so Jay's just trying to not get any more penalties, trying to keep it clean. But we're going to probably ride on board with Mobarak for the rest of this race. Maybe Jay right at the end, because this at the moment looks like the most interesting battle on the race. So Jay 3.2 seconds ahead of George Leo, which makes his penalty not come into effect. Oh, this is going to be close. Mobarak probably looking to try and get George Leo on the straight through the turn 1-2 chicane. Maybe even trying to look for it into turn 3. We don't want to see a repeat of what happened between Saro and Keto. So here we go. George Leo going defensive. Mobarak might just want to try and hang fire until turn 3, where they're more than likely going to get it. They're both on the hard tyre. They're most likely going to the end. Jay's probably going to go to the end. Mobarak can't get George Leo, but they probably haven't got much ERS. They've got 86% ERS, in fact, so they have got more ERS than Mobarak. Jay has got 38% ERS, but he's obviously still trying to push to get even further away. We're going to have a look at penalties. So, Bazooka Joe has 3 seconds of penalties and Jay has 3 seconds of penalties. So, that's what we need. Tyre. When is Rob going to pit? When is Rob's AI, should I say, going to pit? As they have 15 lap worn mediums. Probably going to pit soon, and they're going to come back out in last, but it will be P6, but I don't know if he'll get it, because he hasn't technically been racing. Jesus Christ, that was a bad one. So, Jay coming through the final corner. We're going to ride on board with Mobarak. Can we see if they're going to get George Leo coming through these final set of corners? They've got DRS, they've got ERS. George Leo looks like he's going to be overtaken into these corners. Are we going to see a shut off? Switchback maneuver. But Keto's gained. Keto's within range now. Keto's probably got DRS. Can we see any 3 wide movements? Probably not. But Mobarak looks to cleanly have got past George Leo. George Leo's going to have Keto on their back. But George Leo's back in front of Mobarak. This is a very interesting battle. Mobarak has a little bit of a moment, but they've tried to keep it. Bazooka Joe goes faster with a 1:23.6. So Keto, this is the most interesting battle. Yellow flag sector 1. Who is that? Is that Bazooka Joe? Might well be, as they're the last person to cross the line. Could well have been. Yellow flag sector 1. Is that Bazooka Joe? I have a feeling it was. Mobarak still running on board with them. They're going to have DRS on George Leo. Keto's going to have DRS on Mobarak. Is George Leo going to get overtaken through these corners? Mobarak going to go for the switchback, or George Leo's just going to keep it? Mobarak going for the switchback, diving, trying to just keep it clean through these corners, not risking their race for P2. Jay's gone. Jay's practically is 7 seconds ahead. Mobarak trying to get the cleanest exit. Oh, George Leo having a little bit of a moment. Keto a bit further back. George Leo cleanly going to get overtaken here. Going to have Keto on their back. But they might have... They're going to go for a switchback maneuver. Keto's now going to be on the back of... Oh my god. Keto's now going to be on the back of George Leo. Let's have a look at this. Keto having a little bit of contact with George Leo. But they've dive bombed it. Locking up. So George Leo is going to get that position back. What an interesting battle this is. But that's all just led to Jay pulling out even further. But Mobarak up into P2, George Leo up into P3, and Keto up into P4. So this has been a very interesting battle. George Leo has got some worn tyres. Keto P4, not far behind the driver in P3. Mobarak in P2, looking to try and pull away, but Leo is gonna have DRS. 8 comments. Yeah, Mobarak's driving well. George Leo keeping it pinned. Has got DRS. Keto's also got DRS, but has been pulled away from. Mobarak still in P2. George Leo might be overtaking Mobarak. Mobarak's got to try and keep it clean. George Leo having a little bit of a moment, braking very late there, probably compromising their line through this last corner, which is not going to be allowing them to get past. Mobarak is far away in P2, probably not realising that they have as much space as they do. Keto could be overtaking George Leo, but they're a bit further back. George Leo having a little bit of a rocky exit. Keto, can they be overtaking? Can we see a replica of what happened last lap? No, we can't. Keto doesn't go quite as deep. Rob now finally boxing, probably for a pair of softs. Keto. Bazooka Joe obviously taking a Rob. George Leo. Just trying to be safe. Trying not to defend. Keto. Just keeping it clean. Mobarak's got hardly any ERS, so George Leo has 65% ERS, closing up to Mobarak. Are we going to see an overtake on the straights? George Leo having a little bit of a moment again there, not braking as late as they did, which is going to make their run a lot easier through these final corners. Mobarak having a little bit of a moment, trying to go straight to the inside to be defensive. If I was George Leo, I'd just focus on my exit of turn 1, focusing on turn 2, the chicane there. That's a superb exit, but both of them have really good. George Leo is going to have DRS on Mobarak. Are we going to see him move around the outside? Yes, we are. George Leo trying to pull it off. That's a superb effort. He's going to keep it pinned, backs out. That's good. Mobarak with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, cutting the chicane there a little bit, but that's not very good for Mobarak, as that's going to put them out of the podium spots as it stands. Surely that's got to be unlucky though, because George Leo obviously pressuring Mobarak quite hard. Mobarak defending really hard here. Is George Leo going to back out of this? No, they're not. They're going to keep it pinned. Mobarak squeezing them a little bit, but Keto's now on the back of George Leo. This is a very interesting battle for P2, but as it stands, it's a battle between George Leo and Keto for P2, unless something majestic happens. Oh my goodness, George Leo having a little bit of a moment. Keto might be looking to try and pass George Leo for P3, but at the end of the race it will be P2. Keto getting really close to the back of George Leo. Keto, is he going to pass George Leo on the back of this straight? Could well do. But are they going to pass Mobarak on this straight? They're going to have DRS. They're going to use ERS. Keto's got 60% ERS. We're going to see what happens. George Leo almost a second behind now, but they're trying to defend from Keto. They're going a little bit wide. Mobarak having a pretty decent entry and exit through those corners. They're quite now far away from George Leo, but Jay in the clear, 9.3 seconds away from Mobarak. So he's looking clear to win this race at the moment. Keto trying to close up onto George Leo, but their tyres are probably going to start to go off soon. Mobarak really unlucky with the 3-second time penalty, and George Leo putting them under a lot of pressure, forcing them wide a little bit. Mobarak going wide again. That's going to cost them some time, but George Leo's still a bit far away. Still a little bit far away. Keto. So Keto just trying to keep it. So this is a little interesting battle. Let's go on board with Jay on the medium, sitting comfortably in P1, looking to be taking the race win. Mobarak going to the middle. Keto trying to defend from George Leo trying to defend from Keto. Can't happen. Mobarak with the 3-second time penalty. Whoa, having a little bit of a moment. Oh no, oh Keto's binned it. Keto has binned it, and that's so unlucky for the McLaren driver. Yellow flag, sector 1, Keto's binned it. Got a fair bit of front wing damage. That's so unlucky. It's now going to be a battle between George Leo and Mobarak for P2, but I have a feeling if George Leo just stays within a 3-second gap, he will have P2 in this race. Keto will still be getting a decent amount of points, but that's so unlucky as they would have been engaged for a battle for P2. I feel so bad for Keto. That's so unlucky. That dirty edge is proving pivotal for their race. But as it stands, this is going to be, well, not really much of a fight for P2. Oh my god, George Leo getting a 3-second time penalty. So it's now a straight battle for P2, so George Leo has to catch up to Mobarak and overtake them on track to remain in contention for P2. Mobarak probably really happy with the fact that George Leo has got a 3-second time penalty. So they've got to be happy with that fact. So Mobarak going defensive. George Leo, just stay on the racing line, mate. There's no point, just stay on the racing line. Focus on your exit. Mobarak very low on ERS. Red light flashing at the back. They've taken a lot of curve. As long as they don't get a 6-second time penalty, that will definitely then ruin their race. Mobarak. Keto obviously in the pit. Might get jumped by Bazooka Joe. So that will put them down to P5, but they're still getting a decent haul of points. Giorgio going quicker than he has done for the whole race. 0.91 hundredths of a second up on their best time. Bazooka Joe overtaking Keto after that unlucky moment. Mubarak going a little bit wide. Maybe that was a bit of a warning. Cutting a little bit of that chicane. Leo trying to just close up on Mubarak. Oh, Mubarak having a very rocky moment out of that, out of the third to last corner. Is that gonna help George Leo here, or are they gonna have a little bit of a moment? Stay on the racing line, son. You don't have to chase and go in defensive every lap. You really don't. Stay on the racing line. Oh my gosh, George Leo, Mubarak going a little bit deep. George Leo is going to have the compromised entry. He's going to take him. Are they going to have the racing line? George Leo gets the overtake done on Mubarak, and that is P2 at the moment for George Leo, and that's a very confident overtake from the Red Bull driver. That's a superb overtake there. But Jay just did a world of his own as it stands. 5 more laps to go. Bazooka Joe getting a 3-second time penalty. Yellow flag sector 3. Bazooka Joe is out of this race. That's unlucky, but that puts Keto back up to where he was into P4. Only 5 drivers in this race for now. Bazooka Joe's obviously spinned it off the last couple of corners. Mubarak looking to try and get back at George Leo. They're going to have the ERS. They haven't got as much ERS as other people. But there's a safety car. There's a safety car for 5 drivers. Oh, this is going to give Keto the best chance on 1 lap old soft. Jay is pitting. He's probably going to jump onto a set of softs. But the guys in behind might not also pit. Jay's probably pretty happy. Mubarak diving into the pit. George Leo driving into the pits. Oh no, don't tell me Jay's got the glitch. No, he hasn't. Okay, great. Mubarak not having the glitch either. Giorgio hasn't got the glitch. Has he jumped? Yep, all good. Yep, jumped him. Well, not jumped him, but this is going to be interesting. Keto obviously not going to dive into the pits. Safety car with 5 laps of this race remaining. 5 drivers left in the race. Keto has got to be very happy with their luck here in this race. Safety car. Jay catching up to the safety car. Going to slow it down. He is now going to close up. Keto hasn't got any penalties. Could Keto be on for the race win here? Could Keto, if they just remain within a 3-second gap, Keto could be on for the race win. Keto, after having that spin, which cost him P2 at that point, could possibly now be winning this race. This is going to be an interesting final 3 laps. It's been a very interesting race so far. So, Jay has 1 more lap under the safety car, so there'll be 3 laps remaining. So Keto still trying to catch up to the safety car. They need to make sure not to get any penalties. Rob also trying to catch up to the safety car, but I don't think it'll make any difference, as he's just absolutely miles behind. To be completely honest, so is Keto. But they've obviously not got a delta. Safety car will be in next lap. There will be 3 more laps. No, 2 more laps. No, 3 more laps racing. 3 more racing laps. Oh, Jay, I thought you had a moment there. But Keto has benefited from this So Keto, closed up to the safety car. Rob, I don't think he'll get it in time. He's got to close up a 45-second gap. Don't think he'll get in time. But it is an AI, so it doesn't exactly matter. They've been on those... No. Did they box for the same old crappy mediums they had? He might be like unlucky. He might get a puncture. But it doesn't really matter because there's only 4 real drivers in this lobby as it stands. So it doesn't really matter. Mobarak P3. Keto as it stands will be winning this race. Unless Jay just pulls away so far. But it's unlucky because Jay, so far ahead, in an absolute world of his own. Just an unlucky safety car right at the end of the race, which causes him to lose all of his gap and quite possibly put his win at risk. Safety car is not in yet, but we're probably going to get a notification at the end of the, near the end of the lap. Rob's not going to do it, I don't think. He won't catch him in time. Actually, no, but he's on really crappy old mediums. So is the safety car in this lap, or are we going for one more lap? Safety car is in this lap. There you go. Safety car in this lap. So Jay will be controlling the field at the restart. Rob's caught up to the field. Here we go. When's Jay going to go? Is he going to go at the same point? Yes, he's gone. He's gone. Jay's gone. So, is there going to be any safe plays through here? Is Keto going to bin it? Keto's probably, hopefully not going to bin it. I am rooting for Keto. Just wanting to keep it within the 3-second gap. Hello, Temp. So, Jay with the 3-second time penalty, George Leo with the 3-second time penalty, Mobarak with the 3-second time penalty. As it stands, Keto's winning this race. We're going to go back on board with Jay, who needs to try and pull 3 seconds from Keto. Oh, that's not very good. Who crashed you out? So Jay P1, Josio P2, Mobarak P3. This is going to be the battle, but Keto almost dropping out of 2 seconds from Jay. So it looks like it's just going to be a battle between the top 3 for P1. On track or not? Oh, that's just bad. Sector 3, yellow flag, it's Mobarak. Mobarak has had a little bit of a moment. Unlucky, Josh. Mobarak out of this race. Literally out. Nothing they can do now. Jay says the fastest lap. Keto, as it stands, still winning this race. Mobarak really unlucky, but it's just unlucky for Mobarak. Looking to be in the fight for the win. Keto 2.6 seconds, probably going to get dropped out at the 3-second mark. So it's a straight battle between George Leo and Jay for the race win. 51% ERS for Keto, but 56 for Jay. Keto just going to sit in the slipstream, trying to use some of his ERS just to keep in DRS distance. So, George Leo closing up on Jay. Is George Leo going to overtake Jay? Not going to go too wide into this chicane. Can they get DRS? Jay having a moment. Jay's out of this race. Jay is out of this race. Oh my goodness me. Keto. Oh my gosh, Jay having a big moment, big spin, no more front wing for Jay, and that is him out of the contention for this win on the second to last lap of the race. George Leo looking to win, but Keto with 2.970 seconds. George Leo now, he's going to win the race as it stands. Jay, oh my goodness me, he's going to stay out with a broken front wing for the last lap of this race. It's just going to keep him within distance. That is so unlucky for Jay, having a little bit of a moment, getting too much on the curb at the exit of turn 12 and just spins. That's so unlucky, but as it stands, George Leo will be winning this race. Oh my goodness, what drama in the last few laps of the Australian Grand Prix. George Leo is probably gleaming with happiness right now. Oh my god, Keto P2, gonna stay P2. Jay might get overtaken by Rob for P3, should have just probably boxed anyway, would have stayed P4, which would just happen anyway now. Yep, Jay's been overtaken by Rob. Rob's AI has probably gained him more. Yep, Jay going wide. George Leo, yellow flag safety speed. George Leo's out. Oh my god, Keto is going to win this race. George Leo is out of this race. Oh my god, this is crazy. On the last lap, George Leo is out of this race. What has happened? He's done the exact same as Jay. Oh my god. So now Keto is going to be winning this race. There's four runners in this race. Keto coming through the final corners. He wins the Australian Grand Prix for round 1 of the Rising Phoenix Racing League. What an end to this race. Rob's AI getting him P2, Jay getting P3, very luckily getting on the podium. Oh my god, what a race, what an end to this race. Mobarak gonna get P4. Wow is all I've got to say about those 2 laps at the end. I'd like to thank everyone for watching this stream. What an end to this race. Make sure to hit like and subscribe onto Rising Phoenix Gaming channel, and thank you guys for watching. Peace out.